This commenter says, I just opened a bank account today, also made a QuickBooks account. I tried adding all of the transactions that we made from our personal bank accounts, but for the business, thinking it'll be like a loan. They then asked me to explain how I would add these sorts of transactions in someone's bookkeeping just to make sure that they did it right. This is a great question, and let's talk about it. When you start up a business, you have to put forward some sort of personal capital into the business because you have startup expenses before you start making revenue. So these are transactions that usually happen on a personal credit card, or you transfer money from your personal account into the business account. So we're going to think of that as your owner's equity because that's what it is. It's your owner's equity investment into the business. If you are entering these transactions line by line from your personal statement that are business expenses that you want to be able to claim on your taxes and in your bookkeeping, what I do is I set up a cash account in QuickBooks. It is a bank type account. I just call it cash account, and I set the account type to a bank account. This obviously doesn't exist in real life. This obviously is not cash that you are holding anywhere or in the business in any way. It is more of a way for us to record transactions like these. It's just like basically you put cash into the business and then you paid for those transactions with that cash. And I'm making like air quotes to try to illustrate the point that this is like not a transaction that actually happened in cash. That's just how you're going to record it in the books. First step is to set up a bank account, name it cash or clearing or cash/clearing account in QuickBooks, and then you will enter those expenses in the register of that account. Put the date of the expense, put the amount, put the vendor, and make sure that you categorize it for whatever business purpose it was. Once you have entered all those transactions, I usually do this every single month. I do a deposit into that cash account for the total amount of those transactions, and I categorize that deposit as coming from your owner's equity investment. You'll probably also have to set up the owner's equity or owner's investment equity account in QuickBooks if it's not already set up. You'll just go to create a new account. The account type will be an equity account, and I usually name it owner's investment, owner's equity, something like that. Every month I am zeroing the cash account through the owner's equity investment so that it's showing us that you're putting that equity and those funds to cover those expenses into the business. Hope that answers your question. Sorry if that was confusing. I tried to make it as clear as possible. You can always book a consultation with me and we can look at it together. If you'd like to learn more about QuickBooks Online, I also have a link in my profile where you can book a training on QuickBooks Online with me. And just so everybody knows, the training on QuickBooks Online is $259. That's for 2 hours of training, and that price is going up March 1st. So if you get that booked within the next week, you'll get the same value and everything out of the training, but the price will be lower. But if you book after March 1st, you'll pay a higher price. Thanks for asking this question, though. That was a really great question, and it gave me an opportunity to talk about this and share with other folks.